always said, I'm not an effects guy. I'm a jazz bassist. Groove, tone, feel, those are at the heart of what I do. And I always thought effects would just get in the way. I saw James Genus take a bass feature with Herbie Hancock, and he had a row of pedals, and he used them like a storyteller. He wasn't just stacking distortion. That changed things for me. And that led me to here, the Line 6 HX Effects pedal. The HX Effects isn't a full amp simulator. It's a multi-effects pedal designed to bring you everything from reverbs to compression to synth effects and more. For a bassist, it's incredibly useful, especially if you want all of that power without diving into menus for hours. It's solidly built and pretty compact for what it does. You've got a mono input and output, which is how I've been running it for gigs. But you've got tons of choices for stereo, signal pass, MIDI, and so much more. This is a powerhouse unit if you dig under the hood. But that's another video. Today we're going to start with the basics. The way you navigate the HX Effects is pretty intuitive once you get the hang of it. Press the mode button to toggle between preset choices and the actual bank itself. If you're going between the preset choices, these buttons on the left will just take you up and down between your different choices. Once you have selected a preset, you've got all your effects to deal with. And look, I particularly like how they're color coded so you can tell nice and brightly whether they're on and off. This button over here on the right allows you to tap a tempo for tempo-based effects, and if you hold it down, you get a tuner, which can be really practical on gigs. The basics are very accessible right away, so let's get into it and start looking at presets. There are 5 presets dedicated to the bass on the HX Effects. We're going to start with the first one, and this is called Bassix. And it makes a lot of sense because it has some of the foundational effects you'd want for the bass. You've got the deluxe compressor, you've got the 10-band EQ, you've got a 6-second looper, you've got the bass octaver, and you've got the kinky boost. You also have an effect called FX Loop 1-2, and that's not an actual tone-changing effects. That one's going to allow you to bring external pedals into your signal chain, but we'll deal with that one at another time. Let's look at the good stuff. Now, this is the sound of my bass unaffected. Let's start adding some things. We're going to start by adding the 10-band graphic equalizer. You can see that defines the tone a little bit. Let's add the deluxe compressor. Now right away, you're going to hear a little more beef to the sound and a little more tightening to the sound. Let's add the kinky boost. This is going to boost things up a little bit. Taking this out to gigs, I have found that combination of the compressor, the EQ, and that kinky boost really gives you a lot of punch. It's worked really well for me, especially in more dance-oriented contexts. Now get ready, because we're going to add the bass octaver. Oh yeah, so cool, right? It's almost that synth type sound. Now you'll notice that I played the line up an octave from where I was earlier. That's because that bass octaver is adding a second octave down below. So if I play it real low, it's going to get muddy. You might like that sound. Personally, I like a little more definition. So I do that. The 6-second looper can be fun. We're gonna put together a little bit of a song right here using that 6-second looper as a demo of this preset. Once I hit that 6-second looper, you see I've got, it turns into a loop pedal, right? You've got some options right here to record, to play and stop, just to play once. You can play it at full speed, half speed. You can reverse it. You can undo. I'm just going to go right in here and get things started. Let's try it. The next preset is the Funkman preset, and this one can get a little funky. You've got the Tron down effect, the bass octaver, you have that 6-second looper again, you've got the Clawthorn drive, you've got the LA Studio compressor, and you've got the chorus on there. There's lots of nice things you can do with this. Let's check out the Tron down. Now, this one is meant to emulate the Mootron 3, and this one is a filter that's gonna kind of give you a wah downward in pitch the harder attack you get. So if I just play like this, it's gonna be normal. But if I dig in, you hear how it gets a little funky right there. So that gives me some options that I can really control with my right hand. Now, we played the bass octaver before. I'm gonna put on that LA Studio compression. Now, this is a little bit of a tighter compression right here. It's not going to affect your sound quite as much as the other one did. Let's check out the Clawthorn drive. I'm gonna leave that studio compression on. Just makes your sound a little dirtier, right? You've got a little bit of overdrive on there. Not too much. It's not overwhelming, but it still has a little bit of grit to it. I like how it really sounds a little better down the lower octave, too. This might be a good application for bass lines. All right, let's get that chorus in there. Now, the chorus can be really nice. You hear how you've got just a little bit of wave to the sound. I like that a lot. Now, I have found that the chorus is especially effective up in that upper register of my 6-string bass. I think it's really pretty. So our third preset is our phase preset. This one has some of the effects from before. You've got your kinky boost, you've got a simple EQ, you've got the 6-second looper, but you've also got a few other things. Most consequentially, you've got a tube driver and a phase effect. That can be pretty cool. Here's the sound with just that kinky boost and simple EQ. Let's check out the tube driver. Subtle yet grungy. Great for soloing. Let's add the phase to that, okay? Pretty cool, right? To get that wave in the sound. Let's put it to the test and try it out right here. Our fourth preset is the Rock Show preset. This one has some really interesting effects in it. In particular, the Obsidian 7000, the Octo reverb, and the synth strings. The Obsidian 7000 recreates a classic distortion pedal, and this one is known for having a bit of grunge in the low end, but still having clarity. Now I'm going to be honest, okay, this is not a preset that I've tried out on gigs yet, but I'm intrigued because I have always been one to shy away from using distortion in bass lines because I feel like it just gets too muddy. But it feels like this might cut, and this might be the one to try out. I'm definitely going to put it to the test. The synth strings is an effect I'm really curious about because I've wanted to integrate synth sounds into my bass playing for a long time. This might be one to do it, at least for soloing. Check it out. Let's try the Octo sound. Now this puts some real kind of high-endy and experimental reverb on there. Hear that kind of shimmery in the top? I love that. I love that. Let's see if we can put them all together. Called the Dominator, and this one has some really interesting effects in it. The first thing I really like is the combination of fuzz and overdrive. They work best together, so I've got them both on. Let's check out this other one. This is called the particle verb. What even is that, right? I love that. Those long tails, the kind of shimmery sound to it. This is really great for solo bass applications. Could also be kind of just if you want to do some soundscapey type stuff. Let's put it to the test. There's a lot more, and I mean a lot more under the hood. Custom patches, MIDI, signal routing, and I'll get into that in future videos. For now, I'm just enjoying how this pedal helps me shape the way that I support the music, whether it's with gritty distortion, ambient sound washes, or even glimmering chorus. Let me know in the comments, what effects are you using on bass? Have you used the HX effects? How do you feel about multi-effects pedals versus individual pedals? Do you want to see more about the HX effects and all of the powerful things it can do? let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see all of the HX effects and more in the future. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.